I opened up about my depressive thoughts at her request. She started crying and freaking out, telling me that she couldn't handle it. I ended up having to console her. Anytime I brought up how I was feeling, she would break down and did have to comfort her. Just learned the juice wasn't worth the squeeze at some point. I have had a similar issue, but it has improved a fair bit. When I addressed the issue with her, she acknowledged her issue and worked on making changes so that she could be more emotionally receptive. It's not completely perfect yet, as there are times where she makes a mistake and repeats her behavior like before, but she has been working on it so that she can be more emotionally receptive. Last time I was ever vulnerable around a woman was my so in 2020. She knew I was having a rough go through COVID. My income halved between 2020 late 2021. One night I broke down and cried beside her on the couch because my financial situation was really wearing on me. She half-assed comforted me, and I didn't really think too much about it after that until we were having a fight and she threw it in my face. How the F asterisk 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 do you expect my P asterisk 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 to get wet when I see you cry? That kinda broke me. I dumped her 10 minutes later. She tried crawling back like 7 months later. I told her to eat a bag of dicks. Take your dry P asterisk 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 and go home asterisk. See a therapist. I don't have time for this. I did. My therapist thinks we should get divorced because she refuses to get help. I told her that I could never do that because I don't want to be alone without my kids. My wife and daughter just left for a week, leaving me and my son here by ourselves, and I realized that they are the source of all the tension and mayhem around here. It was like a vacation and really has me thinking that my therapist is right and I'd be happier without the stress that my wife brings. I had a panic attack in front of my now wife. She just held my hand until I was better and told me she loved me. Keep her. This is how it's supposed to be. Thank you for sharing. It just ended up being ammunition to win arguments. I can't upvote this one enough. Literally anything that's in your hurt locker is a bullet for her anger guns. You're not the only one who is suffering. And my other favorite from another partner, complete silence to an awkward degree, followed by her just changing the subject. I always advocate for opening up to a partner who at least looks like they care, but damn if those comments you speak of don't have a point. I'm going to try again if I find someone I feel I can trust, but and I'm 022 for anything in the form of support or understanding. I'm 023, so don't hold your breath. She called me a faggot. I'm not joking. Homophobia from the women in your life is chef's kiss. These comments just highlight how extremely important it is to be with a woman who is emotionally mature. That's #1 in my list of qualities. Yeah, I purposely am emotionally open with any girls I'm dating as it's a strict deal breaker to me. I wouldn't recommend it to the average guy though, as I'm pretty confident in myself, so couldn't give a s asterisk asterisk asterisk. If it went south basically I'd just move on, I can't lie. Most of my friends are emotionally open too, so I wouldn't want my partner to be the opposite. If I was dating casually I wouldn't take this approach though. That being said, it obviously negatively affected my dating potential quite a lot, although I hate to admit it, but it's the truth. However, for the women I did meet in a romantic sense, it was worth it, and I had no regrets. The only thing that was stopping me was fear. She used it against me later on. How so? What did you say, and how did she use it? She cheated on me when I tried to open up about not feeling wanted by her recently. She then tried to sue me for my dog's ashes after we broke up. Needless to say, every one of our mutual friends laid into her on everything, and she shut everyone out except the friend who she cheated with and the couple of other friends who knew and didn't tell me. Bro, she doesn't deserve you. I freely admit I live with a mental illness that requires medication. I've also had back and neck surgery within the previous 2 years. I've been hospitalized because of my illness. I've screamed in pain at night to my wife to kill me because of the pain in my body. She's never left me or looked at another man. We do allow each other to look at porn as part of our fantasies, but we are not allowed to fulfill our fantasies. We know we're there for each other. We cry in front of each other. We support each other. And we never lie to each other. Been married almost 8 years. In a relationship about 10. I had a dog for 15 years. We were dating. She drove 2 hours round trip to be with me to comfort me the night I put her down. I will move entire galaxies for her. Thank you for sharing your beautiful story. I've been vulnerable with my wife on many occasions. When you find someone good, being vulnerable is easy. I hope that's true, but it sounds like a lot of men haven't experienced being with someone good. Then it has always resulted one way or another in a loss of attraction and respect. Everything from looks of disgust and laughing to slowly but surely pulling away. Whether it's job stress or a relationship difficulty that they wanted to talk about. You just can't win. One time, my dog drowned in the pool, and even that news was interpreted negatively. It's really just easier and more self-protective to just stay quiet and be strong for the sake of your own sanity and the relationship. Go cry to your friends, and they will laugh or say, "That sucks, man. Sorry to hear that," and then life will go on. Once heard a woman describe her boyfriend as having had an ugly cry, which kind of sums it all up for me. I agree wholeheartedly, except for the ugly cry sentiment. Ugly cry just means more than a stoic face tear rolling down eye, and isn't often meant derogatorily. At 19, she cheated a month later, and we broke up 4-year relationship. At 24, she started cheating on me shortly afterwards. I found out a couple months later. We broke up 4-year relationship. At 41, she said, "Who knew you'd get emotional in your 40s?" with undisguised disgust. The relationship went downhill from their 18-year relationship. Those are the only 3 times I've been open with a woman. Learned my damn lesson. I was also cheated on after being emotionally vulnerable with an ex. That was a fun time. I felt dismissed and unheard, patronized, borderline made fun of. Every time wasn't great. She left me. I'm sorry to hear that. Can I ask what you shared with her that made her leave? She immediately used them against me after asking me to open up and talk to her. Same experience. Pushed me to be communicative because it was the healthy thing to do, and then referred to the content as me having given her a lecture a few days later. So now I just say everything is fine. I'm tired. Good night. You're so strong for telling me. You're so weak, I can't stand you. Bye bye. And the next one wonders why we don't communicate more. Was told that our problems were my problems and to find some else to talk to. Let me know when you figure it out. It sounds like I'm talking to a woman. You're stressing me out. I don't know what you want me to do. I'm tired of listening to you. Those were the few that I remember off the top of my head. Since then I stopped talking due to her eventually making everything about herself. In my experience, women make no effort at all to learn how to communicate and listen to men when it comes to feelings. It's up to the man to figure everything out, and most of the time it's more trouble than it's worth. I'm really sorry that this is your experience. No one deserves that. Is it one woman who told you these things? I don't think many would openly admit, or are even consciously aware of the fact, that seeing emotional vulnerability can be a turn-off for them. It's situational and likely dependent on which man is being vulnerable, and for what reason. It's probably true that it depends on the reason, and how the feelings are shared. I'll give you that. But going from that to concluding that you should never share your emotions with women, it seems odd to me. And isn't this true the other way around, too? Can't men be turned off by a woman showing her feelings in a way that he doesn't like, especially if he doesn't feel that the feelings are based on a reason that makes sense? My girlfriend is very supportive and open with me. Even before we made our relationship official, we were showing emotional vulnerability around each other. When I'm having a bad or stressful day, talking to my GF makes it better. She is really caring and loving with me, whether over the phone or in person, and without judgment, and I feel completely safe talking about anything with her. Her kisses and cuddles feel warm and safe in these instances. I have been in several relationships, and I have rarely felt so comfortable being this open and vulnerable with someone. Looking at many of the other comments here, I also feel pretty lucky to have a partner like this. Yeah, I also feel pretty lucky in my relationship, but I just didn't realize that what you describe isn't a given in a relationship. I really hope that this can change. No one should be in a relationship where their feelings and vulnerability aren't welcome.